I really enjoyed the first Smile, so I was quite keen to see the second, and having now watched it, I can confirm that it's watchable, but it's otherwise quite a disappointment. This was released in 2024. It's written and directed by Parker Finn, and we have a cast including Naomi Scott as Skye. And there won't be any spoilers in this for the first film. I won't spoil anything in this film either, but I don't really think I need to talk about the first film to address this one. But the basic concept is that there is this curse, and if you have the curse, you are likely to kill yourself by smiling at somebody else, this big grin, and then killing yourself in a very gory and graphic way. And if you witness somebody doing that, the curse then comes to you. And that's a very basic explanation of what happens. And this focuses on Skye and her involvement with this curse, and I won't say too much about that. But there are two reasons why I don't think this was particularly good. It was watchable, but not very good. It's certainly compared with the first film. The first film was so strong. But Skye, I don't like. I don't like the character. She's not necessarily badly written, but I don't care for her. I did not care about her journey. I didn't think she was a very good character. And we do have some of the narrative focusing on her personal life, which is fair enough, absolutely. But because I don't care about her, I didn't care about those scenes. So the only good bits for me were the gory deaths. And yeah, when they happen, they are good. I think they could have included a lot more of them. They could have really ramped up the horror element, because I'd say it's not a very scary film at all. Whereas the first film felt a lot more intense, it felt a lot more sinister, and this one just didn't really have any of that. The good bits were very brief. Basically, somebody smiles, they die, and it obviously lasts not very long at all before we then go back into the boring part of the narrative where we have a lot of fluff and a dull character. So the good bits are very, very good, but they're very, very brief. The overarching narrative of the curse, obviously I do like, but Skye as a protagonist is incredibly boring, and the narrative focusing on her life, also incredibly boring. But the concept, I do like. Not a very good execution, not a particularly scary film, but the good moments are very, very good. Do I recommend it? If you've seen the first film and you liked it, give it a go. If you didn't like the first film, then I'd say avoid this one. It doesn't really have anything to offer. It's certainly not an improvement on the first film. It's not very good at all. Unless maybe you didn't like the first film because it was too scary, which is fair enough if that's the case, but you liked the concept. This one is definitely a lot more tame, a lot less suspenseful, so maybe you'd enjoy it. But in general, I'd say give it a go if you like the first film. Don't expect the same quality, but there are some good moments. And if you didn't like the first film, I'd say it's not worth bothering with. I don't know if they're doing a third film. I will watch it if they do, because I do really love the concept. But they'll have to have a much more interesting character, protagonist, and a much more interesting narrative outside of those moments where things get a little bit graphic and gory. So definitely room for improvement. Smile 2 was certainly watchable, but definitely nowhere near as good as the first film.